You want to learn how to create great pieces of music using maybe Noteworthy Composer? Welcome, you're at the right place. Just download the Noteworthy Composer using the tutorial that we're showing up there. To download it, just you go to their website and you just download it. It's just that simple. So we need that software. We will teach you how to create music, any piece of music, maybe to arrange music, anything you want. Remember to hit the subscribe button down there. It's very free, and remember to like the video, and if you want anything, just remember to write a comment. Let's get started with a piece of music. Okay guys, if you have difficulties in downloading the Noteworthy Composer evaluation, maybe just click the link in the description below. Music's very sweet. Remember to leave a comment. Let's go. So guys, I guess now we are good to go. Let's open our Noteworthy Composer to demo, and then this is our basic window. Now this is Noteworthy Composer. We should accept there, and then this window, the way it is right now, it cannot help us, so we have to make it useful. Just we go to file and interact with files. We want to create a new piece of music, so we'll click on new, and maybe if we want to open a sample, we can click on open, or open any file that we had saved earlier of music. We can click on open. So let's click on new and start a new piece of music. We can start with a blank score, and then other templates we can learn to use them later. So let's interact with the file. Let's give the file a title. How can we call our music? Maybe let's call it intro. This is the beginning, and then the name. My name is Maestro. I'm the one creating it literally, so so it is author Maestro. And then let's jump this lyricists a bit, and then we go to copyright 2021, and then that is done. Let's click on OK. Now here is where we have our music. Now here is where we can write all our music that we want. Now I want to open sample music so that you may know what I'm referring to. So file. So let me go to file and then open sample. And then I want to open Anchors Away. It's a type of music that I like very much. Now this is music that was written here. You can see. Now all these things that you're seeing here, you may not understand them, but after we go through our tutorials, after you learn from my videos, you may learn how to read actually this music. Now somebody came to the software, created this piece of music so that we can listen to it. So actually let's listen to the music itself. So we press F5. So just we click home first to ensure that our cursor is at home, and then F5 or play up here. So let me use F5. So at least maybe you have gotten an idea on how this works. So let's go back to our music that we created, that we want to create now. Music starts with a clef. A clef is a sign placed in the beginning of a music to indicate which musical note is played on which line. You have interacted with a keyboard before and you know the musical notes. Maybe if you haven't, let me introduce you. A keyboard has actually it has only 7 notes, which are repeated, amplified, and maybe raised. That is it. So musical notes are A to G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those are musical notes. They are the ones we want to play. Now we are creating music. We cannot sync to the computer to create music, so we are going to just write for the computer. The computer will read, and we will select the instrument that we want, and the computer will play that music to us the way we want it to become. So music is written on a staff. A staff is a group of 5 lines and 4 spaces. Each line represents a note and each space represents a note. So we have clefs, many clefs. So to put a clef, we must go to the clef selector here, and then these are all the clefs that we can interact with. We have the treble clef, we have the bass clef, we have the percussion, we have the alto clef, tenor clef. Then we have this bass and treble clef raised an octave higher or an octave lower. So I want us to begin with the treble clef and maybe the bass clef. The treble clef indicates note on line 2, which is note G. That's why it's also called the G clef. It indicates G on the second line. So that is G. So if that is G, then that is A, B, C, D, E. So that is our music. Maybe we must learn about the other clef, the bass clef. This one indicates note F on line 4. So if that is F, that is maybe before the E, we have E, we have C, we have, it is about the right brain how to interpret things backwards. Maybe it's very difficult. Okay, so we want to create our basic music. Now, if you have downloaded this software the way I showed you in the beginning of this video, you must learn how we may use this software just one-on-one. Maybe you have that software just to do what we are doing here. So click on C, or maybe go on this side and select treble. And now next we want to put the key signature, do re mi fa sol la ti do. That do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la so fa mi re do. Yeah, that's right. If you know that, then our work here is very simple. Now the key signature indicates on which note do we start the do. Maybe we want to start the do on note G. So place the G key signature. G places a sharp on the upper note, which is actually note F. So let's go. So that is our do. Then we have re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Actually have 5. Very simple. So if we want to create anything else, we can use that key signature. Next we have the time signature. Remember, these notes have a duration. The longest note that we know, it is the semibreve. It is up there. So if you want to enter a semibreve, you can click on it or click on one and then press enter, and it will enter it. No, maybe you don't want it in that line. You can enter it in a different line, maybe the lower line here. You click enter and that semibreve enters there. So the time signature actually indicates how many beats, crochet beats, we may play in a single bar. A bar separates the pieces of music. A bar line actually creates many bars, which may help us to separate it. So a minim is the second longest note. It is half a crochet. It's half, a semibreve, and then a crochet is half a minim. A quiver is half a crochet, and a semiquiver is half a quiver, maybe going down and down and down. There's issues to that. Left brain, right brain, it has many issues. So beginning, we must maybe put the time signature. Maybe we want 4 crochet beats in a bar. We use 4 crochet beats in a bar. So if we enter one semibreve, that means that bar is complete. We can place a bar line. That means these are 4 crochet beats because there are 4 crochet beats in a semibreve. Maybe we want minims 2, then there are 2 minim beats in a bar, so that bar is complete. So you can press F5. That's a complete bar. Okay, and then maybe you want crochets alone. You can Let's go. That's a complete bar. It has 4 crochet beats. What about quavers? We will have 8 quavers. Let's play. Okay, now our work is done. So we can start writing music. So throughout the music creation process, we have to stick to 2 things. We have to stick to the time signature. We have to stick to the key. Okay, how do we stick to the key? Any music must start with either do, mi, or so. Those are the only 3 notes that can start a piece of music. Any music that you ever listen to, it always starts on do, mi, or so. Okay, so maybe we start on do. We want to start a random piece of music, and then we cannot start a music on a very short note like this one. We will start with a crochet maybe, then that becomes our good start. So F5, we can listen. Now that is our start. It began on do. So next we have to fill the bar 1. Maybe we create a diverse thing. We go to quavers. How many quavers make 1 crochet? Very simple. There are 2 quavers in 1 crochet. So let's create maybe 2 quavers. Okay, now we can try and listen to what we made. And then we come back to a crochet maybe. And we select a line where we want to place it. Maybe it's here. And then let's play. Oh, maybe it's too low. We can press shift. We can select it and then shift control and then the up key so that we find a place where it will sound better. So play it. Okay, F5. How many crochet beats do we have here? We have 3 crochet beats. Why? 2 quavers add up to another crochet beat, so we have 3 crochet beats. We are missing the last one. So let's place maybe a crochet here. And then tab to put the bar line. Now our first bar is complete. We can play our first bar. Okay, so what I was trying to demonstrate is that we can create a bar. In this bar, we stick to the key signature, we stick to the time signature. We have 4/4 as our time signature. We have sticked to the time signature because we have 4 crochet beats actually. We have sticked to the key signature because our music started on do. Okay, now creating music is something that needs just some rules. These rules, we stick to the rules and everything is okay. So maybe let me teach you something about dotted rhythm. We can have 2 crochet beats, okay, but still this is 1 and 1, they add up to 2. Very well, so this adds up to 1 minim. Something else can add to 1 minim. What? 1.5 can add to a minim. A dot, when a dot is placed to a note, it increases the value of the note by half its value. So a dotted crochet, it's 1.5 of a crochet, so it will sound longer than a crochet. So I want us to play a crochet and a dotted crochet. You can listen the difference. Yeah, it is a bit longer. So anytime you see a dotted crochet, it must be followed by a quiver to add up to a minim. So let's put a quiver maybe. Okay, yeah, that is one way of presenting our music. So let's start on a dotted crochet. To put a dot, we press this dotted duration up there. So crochet and then dotted duration, and then we enter that's a dotted duration, and then we go, this is do, so we can play it, sounds do, very simple. So let's put another note on re. Which one is it going to be? It's going to be a quiver, so it's do re. Let's go, very good. So let's go do re mi. So somewhere there we put a crochet, then we go back to do being and stop there. So our first bar sounds like this. Very simple. Created music from scratch, and then we go next. Maybe we want, now I want to introduce something called cadence. Now, two bars make a phrase. You can decide, maybe your phrase is made of two bars or four bars. So in our case, we want two bars to make a phrase. A phrases are just a group of notes that end with a long note. A phrase must end with a long note. This is not the final phrase. The final phrase in every music ends with do. Just try to sing in music and you'll find out that you'll have to end on the final note to end on do. I just think about you. It just ends on do, maybe. Memories bring back you. You know, it just ends on do. We cannot put a long note in the middle of a piece of music on do, maybe an unfinal cadence, and maybe make it to be do. Maybe people will think that the music is as just it's over, but it's not. So that's another rule. In the middle of the music, we can place do anywhere, but let it not be the final note. Let it not be a long note, and it's not an unfinal. Maybe let's try something else. Okay, now let's play from the beginning. I'm sorry. You can listen to the piece of music, it's very perfect. So you can feel the music, it's not over, there is a gap. We must finish this piece of music. So let me just continue. Okay, now we can listen to our music again. Good. So you can listen to a piece of music. Every bar has 4 crochet beats. I told you this dotted rhythm, a dotted crochet and a quiver makes a minim. So 2 minims make a semi-brief. That's a full bar with 4/4 time signature. This is a full bar. This is also a full bar. Every music must end on a long note, and the long note has to be do. You can only end with T moving to do, re moving to do, or so moving to do. Let's now this one ends with T moving to do. And feel it. Maybe if it's re moving to do. Okay, let's listen. Feels final. Maybe so moving to do. Yeah, display. Feels actually the perfect one. So I wonder if we may put la moving to do and you may feel what it may sound. Does not sound well. So let's try this though. Sweet music. So let's begin. Okay, now there is something called note beaming. This is 4/4, it's simple time. So the crochet is the main beat. So this two quavers need to be conjoined to become a crochet. We go to tools and then automatic beam. Now this is a full piece of music. You can listen to it over and over again. In this one piece of music, we have learned multiple things. We have learned about a staff, a clef, key signature, time signature, how to enter notes, actually, how to maybe balance these notes in a bar, maybe rules, where should the music start and where should the music end. We started with the do and we finished the music with the do. So these are some of the basics that we always have to learn. Okay. Now, there is a basic that you have not yet learned I want to teach you today, so that on our next tutorial, we can start covering this thing one by one. We can start by maybe these notes. You may understand the notes. We can go to rhythm. So check out on my next videos. You may learn many things about rhythm. You may learn many things. So right now, let's just go straight to the F2, F2, and then we have the instrument part. We want to select an instrument that is going to play this. Actually, by default it has been played by, I don't know, let's listen. What do you think that instrument is? Maybe a Maasai horn, I don't know. Okay, predefined instruments. We have many instruments, you cannot finish them. They are grouped to this group. So in piano, maybe open piano, you have many groups. You can choose even the Rhodes piano and then okay, and then okay, and then listen maybe. And feel the music's very different. It sounded very different. Oh, maybe let's try a different one. It did not make you happy, so maybe we go to ethnic and banjo. This name looks very good, so we can try. Oh, stop there. It did not sound anything good. So F2 again. You can play here. You can take a long time looking for an instrument that is very good. Ensemble. Okay, looks like my name. I'm a samba. So brass. Maybe we use an instrument, a trumpet, a muted trumpet, and no, that's not does not look good. Okay, brass, muted trumpet. Okay, then let's go. Okay. That is the sweetness of Noteworthy Composer. It has billions of instruments just there to play your music for you. All you need is some basic skills to come and build music. You can build a bigger piece of music like Anchors Away. You can listen to Anchors Away. The way it's very sweet. Somebody took some maybe 20 minutes to build all this, and then you just select the instruments and just the computer plays it for you. You can export it, you can make beats, you can do anything. You can create music from scratch. You don't need a talent in order to become a very good composer. You need skills. So let's start.